Alright, what is going on, guys? Today we've got some more Driver 3, but this is going to be a really different video. I'm actually recording the audio after the fact. I recorded some gameplay, and now I'm going to do the voiceover now because I wanted to cut out a lot more content so I can show more missions than what I would normally be able to. So I think this will work out good. I'm just going to commentate over what was going on, do a lot of cuts, and we're gonna see how this video turns out. If I like it, then I'll just do this style of video. It takes a lot longer to produce this style since I have to get 45 minutes of gameplay and cut that all down, but we're gonna see. So the first thing the police chief told me to do was go over to this little bungalow of houses kind of area. I don't know how you would describe that, these houses on the water. And we're gonna go pick up some C4, and we're gonna go blow up a yacht. I grabbed all the C4. Tanner walked out with a confident swagger to him, and he looks over at the yacht, which he has to destroy. I pulled up to the yacht all sneaky like, but I realized they already knew I was coming. I made it to the captain's quarters, and I was just able to look out and see the nothingness. I couldn't figure out how to plant the bomb at first, but I eventually got it. As soon as I planted the second bomb, I realized somebody had activated the alarm, so I needed to hurry up. Tanner made it with time to spare before the bomb blew up. My next task was to kill Tico. I ended up failing this several times because I just didn't really understand what was going on. I was well ahead of Tico at this point. I only didn't know where he was going. So we kept driving, but I realized the enemies had started a blockade. Tanner somehow drove this motorcycle into that one guy, which blew up, killing all the other enemies, and came out unscathed. Tico crashed his car into an apartment complex and decided to get out, thinking that he was going to get away from me. The police were hot on my tail and the mission trapped. I was stuck in a shopping mall. Little did they know I am a cop, and they should probably just back off. I made sure to try and avoid killing all police that I could. That cop ended up being fine. The chief, I guess, just forgot to tell his guys to F off and let me do what I was doing. Regardless of being undercover, I was endangering so many individuals' lives. I ended up running him over, but he ended up being fine. I checked back with the chief. He was okay. I drove through the exit sign and immediately smashed the car into the wall, but no one was hurt. Once I escaped the mall and dropped the boys off, I was tasked with destroying the car. That way no one could link it back to us. Obviously, it had to be really cinematic-y. Tanner threw himself out of the car, surely dying in the process, but once again, I was saved by poor game mechanics. The next thing the chief told me to do was drive to Gator's warehouse. Once I made it to Dodge Island, I realized I needed a way to get in, so I smashed the car into the barricade, but then I realized that Gator had told his guys to just let me in. I smashed through his fence because why not make him pay for more stuff? Once I made it into the warehouse, I realized something. This was a trap. Tanner had to get out. I realized Gator's guys weren't going to be as nice as they were previously, so they wouldn't open the gates for me. I had to drive another way. In some Michael Bay type of activity, Gator had his team open up the drawbridge, and I realized I'd never make it over. I drove the car off anyway because I thought sacrificing myself would impress the chief. Gator's guys ended up driving off the bridge as well, which was great for me. I decided to hop in a nearby boat to escape from Rook Island. My next task was to drive Lomez and try and take out Gator's vehicle. After following Gator around for a while, I think we realized that we weren't going to kill him. He was hiding behind his guys, and me and Lomez were sure to take him out. I used a bit of a cheesy strategy to take out Gator before he could do any more damage to me or the boys. He fell in the water. Surely that was kind of messed up, me not calling that in, trying to come get his body, but Tanner doesn't care. After I took Gator out, the police chief told me he was going to pay for an all-expenses-paid vacation up to a new city. I knew I needed a vacation after all that death that I just handed out. My family's wondering where I went to. I told them that it was just business.